Imagine this. You're standing on a cliff overlooking the Mediterranean Sea in 480 BC, and below you, over 1,000 warships are about to collide in what will become the most consequential naval battle in human history. The fate of Western civilization hangs in the balance. On one side, the Persian Empire, the most powerful force the world has ever seen, commanding the wealth of continents and the manpower of dozens of nations. On the other, a ragtag fleet of Greek vessels crewed by ordinary citizens who, just months earlier, were farmers, merchants and craftsmen. And here's the insane part. The Greeks are about to win, not because they had more ships, not because they had better warriors, but because they had a machine, a sleek, deadly, perfectly engineered weapon called the trireme. This is the story of how a single ship design changed the course of history and proved that sometimes the right system beats raw power every single time. Let's rewind. The year is 483 BC, and Athens has just struck gold. Well, not gold, silver, massive veins of it, discovered in the state-owned mines at Laurium. Overnight, Athens becomes insanely rich. We're talking generational wealth, enough to make every citizen comfortable for life. The obvious move, divide it up. Give every Athenian their cut and let them enjoy the windfall. That's what anyone would do, right? But there's this one guy, a politician named Themistocles, and he stands up and says absolutely not. He's got this instinct for disaster that borders on paranoia, and he sees something everyone else is trying to ignore. Persia is coming back, and when they do, they're not coming to negotiate. They're coming to erase Greece from the map. Now, Themistocles knows Athens can't win a land war against Persia. That's just math. The Persian Empire stretches from the Indus Valley to the Aegean Sea. They've got armies so large they drink rivers dry when they march. But the sea, that's a different game. So Themistocles makes this wildly unpopular proposal. Take all that silver, every last coin, and dump it into building ships. Not cargo ships, not transport vessels. Warships, 200 of them. Fast, light, fragile machines designed for one purpose and one purpose only: killing other ships. People think he's insane. Why bankrupt the city on a navy when there's no war happening right now? But Themistocles convinces them, barely, and Athens launches the largest industrial project in Greek history. Forests get cleared, shipyards work around the clock. Thousands of men trained to row in perfect synchronization. It's an all-or-nothing bet. If Themistocles is wrong, Athens is broke and defenseless. If he's right, they might just survive what's coming. Fast forward to 480 BC, Themistocles was right. King Xerxes of Persia crosses into Greece with an army so massive that historians still can't agree on the numbers. Some say hundreds of thousands, others claim over 1 million. Behind them, a fleet of somewhere between 600 and 1,200 warships darkens the horizon. Xerxes doesn't see Greece as a rival. He sees unfinished business. Scattered, argumentative city-states that need to be absorbed into his empire. He's not here to conquer, he's here to erase, and for a while it's working. The Persians push south, Greek armies fall back. Athens itself gets burned to the ground. But the Athenian fleet, still intact, still waiting. Here's where the trireme comes in, and we need to talk about what makes this ship so revolutionary. The trireme isn't trying to be a floating fortress. It's not designed to carry supplies or transport troops. It's a weapon, pure and simple. Picture a blade made of timber, about 37 meters long, just over 5 meters wide. Everything about it is optimized for speed, acceleration, and delivering one devastating blow. The power source, 170 rowers. And here's the critical detail. They're not slaves. Slaves couldn't do this job. The margin for error is too small. Every single man has to think, react, and adjust in real time. These are free Athenian citizens, organized into 3 tiers stacked vertically inside the hull. At the top, you've got the Threneti, 62 elite rowers sitting on an outrigger above the main hull. They've got the longest oars, the greatest leverage, but also the worst exposure to enemy fire. They set the pace. In the middle tier, the Zigatai, 54 men seated along the ship's crossbeams, providing the core power. And then at the bottom, sealed in the lowest level inches above the waterline, you've got the Thalamiti, 54 guys rowing in near darkness, spray coming up through the hull, heat suffocating, noise deafening. They can't see where they're going. They just follow the rhythm and the commands shouted from above. 3 levels, 1 heartbeat. When they sync up, the trireme can hit nearly 10 knots in short bursts. Unbelievable speed for the ancient world. At full acceleration, it stops being a vessel and becomes a missile. And at the front of that missile, a bronze-sheathed ram fixed directly to the ship's spine. The ram isn't designed to smash wood. It's designed to punch through it. It aims for the joints in an enemy hull, tears them open below the waterline, and causes instant, fatal damage. But here's the problem with ramming. The force required to sink an enemy ship often destroys your own vessel too. That's where Greek engineering gets brilliant. The trireme has these massive tension cables called hypozomata running from bow to stern, creating an internal skeleton that holds the entire ship in constant compression. When the ram strikes, the hull flexes instead of snapping. The ship absorbs the impact, pulls back, and can strike again. It's not brute strength, it's precision. By September 480 BC, the strategic situation is grim. Athens is ash. The Greek navy has gathered near the island of Salamis, and they're badly outnumbered. Xerxes has anywhere from 600 to 1,200 ships. The Greeks have maybe 400, and many of their commanders are ready to give up and sail south. If the fleet scatters, the entire Greek alliance falls apart city by city. Themistocles knows this. He also knows that fighting the Persians in open water is suicide. The only way Greece wins is if the Persian navy fights where their numbers don't matter, in a confined space where the trireme's speed and maneuverability can dominate. So Themistocles pulls off one of history's greatest deceptions. He sends a trusted slave named Sisinus to the Persian camp with a fake message designed to play on Xerxes' pride. The message claims the Greeks are broken, panicking and planning to escape under cover of night. If Xerxes attacks immediately, the war will be over by morning, and Xerxes believes it. He orders his fleet to row without rest all night, blocking every exit from the straits. By dawn, his sailors are physically exhausted, and his massive fleet is crowded into narrow, unfamiliar waters. The Persian numbers, their greatest advantage, have just become a tangled, confused mess, and the Greeks are waiting for exactly this moment. When morning light hits the channel, the Persian navy pushes forward, and their formation falls apart almost immediately. These ships are larger, heavier, built for the open ocean. In tight quarters, they start crashing into each other. Oars tangle, movement grinds to a halt. And then the Greeks begin their war song. Thousands of voices echo across the bay, and the triremes surge forward. It's not a reckless charge, it's a calculated strike with perfect timing and practiced maneuvers. The Greeks use a tactic called the diekplous, which translates roughly to throughout sailing. Here's how it works. A Greek ship accelerates hard toward the gap between 2 Persian vessels. At the last possible second, the rowers pull their oars inside. The Greek ship slides past, smooth side forward like a blade. The Persian oars, still extended, hit the Greek hull and snap like matchsticks. Suddenly you've got a Persian warship that can't move. No oars means no threat. It just drifts there, helpless. And that's when the killing blow comes. The Greek triremes spin around using their superior agility, and they drive those bronze rams straight into the exposed sides of disabled Persian ships. When metal hits wood, the hulls split open. Water rushes in, ships sink in minutes. The Persian fleet's greatest advantage, its size, becomes its greatest weakness. The strait turns into chaos, a graveyard of sinking ships clogging the channel, blocking movement, creating panic. From a golden throne on the cliffs above, Xerxes watches his navy collapse in real time. The empire brought overwhelming force. Greece brought a better system. By nightfall, the Persian navy is shattered. Over 200 Persian ships lost compared to around 40 Greek triremes. But it's more than just a lost battle. It's a logistical catastrophe. Without a fleet, Xerxes can't protect his supply lines. His massive land army will starve. Fearing the Greeks might sail north and cut off his escape route entirely, the king abandons his golden throne and begins the long retreat back to Asia. Greece survives, Western civilization continues. The trireme was never a ship of comfort. There was no room for supplies, no shelter. It was so specialized for speed that it had to be hauled ashore every single night to prevent the wood from absorbing water and slowing it down. It was a weapon that demanded total discipline, constant training, and absolute coordination. But that was its strength. It turned ordinary citizens into a single organism, a machine powered by trust and shared purpose. At Salamis, organization defeated scale, coordination defeated empire. The wooden wall, as the oracle had cryptically predicted, did more than save a nation. It proved that systems matter more than size, and that free people working in perfect rhythm can stop the greatest power the world has ever known. That's the legacy of the trireme, the ship that crushed the world's largest army without ever setting foot on land.